It is a pleasure to see you again on my CryptoQ Media channel. We will discuss XRP in passing, but we will go into detail about every other development in the cryptocurrency realm as well. My goal in providing you with up-to-date cryptocurrency news is to make sure that companies who do not have a wallet for cryptocurrencies fall behind. This is supposedly from Blue Hawk, according to legend. Web2 companies are attempting to bridge the gap, but they are excluding the Web3 wallet, which is the missing link that will link all the features of their app. Until they initiate contact, they will not have access to anything beyond what is immediately available to them. To put it plainly, it's a Bitcoin wallet that gives your customers more payment options. Nevertheless, traditional financial institutions are now joining the bandwagon. Acre Digital Wallet is their target client. Out of nowhere, they're hell-bent on using solely digital wallets and doing away with debit cards altogether. I predict this change will take off in early 2025 since it represents the future of the digital age. Conventional institutions, are planning for the future. Their enthusiasm to take the lead is palpable. By taking this tack, they gain an edge over their competitor, the bank down the street. In American cryptocurrencies, this is a watershed moment. In her FDIC Gov Freedom of Information Act action, the court has ordered the agency to accelerate the production of the operating choke point 2.0 pause letters. Thanks to the court's thoughtfulness, some much-needed sunshine is on its way. I find the idea appealing regardless of whether it's the US government. There will be a temporary halt to activities, however this will also likely not happen until 2025. A second choke point is the FDIC. Their involvement in people's banking and the movement to exclude banks from cryptocurrency was surprising but not really to me. Andreessen Horowitz has already lost a significant amount of money due to the 2026 midterms. A lot of resources are going into the 2026 midterms, and that should be noted. The reason behind this is that having lawmakers in Washington, D.C. who are in favor of Bitcoin is vital, as it is Congress's responsibility to pass national laws. Funds for Fair Shake and linked PACs have been increased by $23 million for the 2026 midterm election cycle. We haven't even wrapped up the 2024 election yet, and people are already thinking about the future. If this didn't happen, politicians who are opposed to cryptocurrency would rise to the surface and halt any advancements. This will be maintained until the year 2028 or later. The Treasury Advisory Committee has suggested CBDCs as an alternative to stablecoins. What gives the US Treasury the wrong idea about CBDCs is beyond my comprehension. They clearly consider them to be stablecoins. A CBDC is just as secure as a stablecoin produced by the United States government. A more centralized approach to tokenization is necessary, according to even Janet Yellen. The Federal Reserve will issue digital currency in the US, but the country also wants a say in tokenized assets. Nearly every country has started making moves in this way. If America doesn't go down this road, it will lag behind other nations. The US Treasury has momentarily eased sanctions on Russian banks to allow American companies to repurchase Russian commodities. Yes, it has reached that stage. No matter how hard I looked, I could not find any further proof of this. To the point of saying, "You people don't know what you're talking about," King Alex went. This occurred precisely 5 days ago. Stop acting like a complete idiot. Penalties, in particular, are expected to rise around the year 2025. As well. It is mind-boggling how much you believe in myths. One of the main objectives of the Treasury's campaign on sanctions evaders from foreign nations are Russian businesses who feed Russia's military-industrial base. Russia will be hit much harder with new sanctions. I think the US is doing this because, Historically, whenever Russia is hit with sanctions, the nation gets even more digital and moves faster to becoming a CBDC. In all candor, I think the BRICS and the US are working together to join the digital age. What good is it if you have already sanctioned a nation? It just sped them up, unless you weren't ready for the digital age to begin with. America is ready to adopt a digital dollar, in my view. They are holding off on taking any action on the BRICS pay, the consortium's institutions and banks' secret roster of members until the crisis hits. It seems like this consortium is building BRICS pay's decentralized network of node operators. However, it is keeping secret who it is collaborating with in the financial sector, and I still think Ripple is involved. It makes sense to me. Contemplate it. Ripple rails are already in place in every country that is either a core BRIC or is interested in joining the BRICS. Not to mention that the XRP ledger will keep running well even if sanctions are in place. Just so you know, XRP, anyone can use the blockchain. In addition, XRP advocates maintain that Ripple and XRP are safe from prosecution because of sanctions, even though sanctions do not affect the XRP ledger. Putin considers the dollar to be the worst currency globally, notwithstanding its significance. Because the value of the dollar fluctuates based on Federal Reserve policies, several countries are seeking alternatives to the currency. What they seek is an equitable playing field. They yearn for financial autonomy. Being the world's reserve currency for the US dollar is a tired position. Preparations for the worldwide bridge currency, XRP, are underway. As a level of confidence between nations, it serves as an intermediate. It levels the playing field. This has no bearing on a country's currency. It is, after all, the road to paradise. The world has grown tired of the US dollar and America's penchant for using it as a weapon, though, he's right. Things are getting out of hand in this nation. The nation's security is jeopardized by debt. On Gold and Judy Shelton's The Peaceful World. She is now pushing for a gold-backed currency. According to her, the US dollar would soon have gold as its backing. But I do see her point. They keep adding to the debt, which is a danger to our country's security. They have zero intention of reducing expenditure. Taking a different tack, all they're doing is extending the dollar's lifespan. But then something terrible happens, and out of nowhere, a stablecoin CBDC, call it what you will, appears and fixes all their issues. Rumor has it that the World Bank routinely falsifies paperwork and has lost $24 billion. The fabrication of all the numbers becomes apparent at this point. Payroll details remain a mystery. So, they'd like these countries to keep chipping into this climate change program. Spending money is the only option, in their view, to fight climate change. They still don't have a clue about the revenue. The names of the beneficiaries are a mystery, and some of them are probably just frittering away the money without doing anything in return. The bank may be proud of its climate finance billions, but those numbers don't represent real spending, they reflect the bank's objectives. This would be analogous to a doctor evaluating your diet habits by looking at your grocery list but never seeing the actual food you consume. You understand what I'm trying to say? Carbon credits will be a new tax on individuals, and they won't know how much money they're spending until then. Paying the carbon tax is an absolute must if you wish to go on vacation. The carbon tax is something that everyone who uses a gas-powered vehicle or lawnmower is obligated to pay. The idea is, for them to become rich while we remain impoverished. Appreciating my video is a privilege. Please subscribe to my channel, I'd really appreciate it. Until next time.